Welcome. Hopefully you can see Medicaid, the basics on your screen.
Oh, forgot it.
My name is Keith Heinley. I am the Vice President of Community Impact of United Way of Brevard. I have a lot of responsibilities. Primarily, the number one responsibility is with the money that's raised by United Way. I then manage the process to disperse those funds to many of the safety net agencies here in Brevard County. If you would, I should have mentioned this ahead of time. If you would please mute yourselves. Certainly you can unmute yourselves when it's time to share. All right, so that's one of my responsibilities is providing the allocating the funds to our agencies, but we have a lot of internal programs. We have education programs where we try to increase children's ability to read by the time they're in third grade. We have financial management programs or financial stability programs, such as the volunteer income tax assistance program that Morgan runs. She's on the call and she does money management classes. We have Mission United, where we provide services for active duty military veterans and their families, including financial support when they have unmet needs. And then we have health programs, and the primary health programs that we have are the Mayor's Fitness Challenge, where we have municipalities compete against each other for 8 weeks to determine which one is given the trophy as most fit city. That's not what it's about, though. It's just simply about keeping people active. And then we also have access to healthcare, which includes our navigators. I'm going to talk about them in a few minutes, who help people sign up for the Marketplace, Florida Kid Care, and the and Medicaid. And then we do a health education series through Zoom. That's what we're doing here during the 8 weeks that we're doing the fitness challenge. We've expanded our series to a number of different opportunities, but besides that, we'll continue on the first Friday of every month having some type of health education panel. So if you want to be put on that list to get that information for each month's panel, if you would put your name and your email address in the chat, and then I'll copy the chat later so I can get that information. So Medicaid is something that a lot of people know about. Everybody hears about it, but it's it's something that a lot of people really, other than just hearing about it, don't know much more than that. Other than people know that it's for low-income individuals, but unfortunately in Florida and a lot of other states, it's for low income, but it's only for those low income that qualify in certain ways. So going to applying for benefits, these are all links. If I click on these links, that'll take you to the DCF site. And then there's an eligibility, create an account, and a video. So instead of clicking on the site, what I'm going to do, because I already have it set up on the page, is I'm going to stop sharing. Give me a moment because I need to find it. All right, so now you see the access to benefits. You see the DCF page?
Yes, yes, you can.
All right, thank you. So the first one is, am I eligible? So you click on there and go to this spot where am I eligible? And this is a nice little tool that can be used to help people, even without doing the application, to see if they're eligible. And Morgan, give me a first name.
A first name, my first name or a fictitious person?
Any first name, could be yours.
Okay, so you could use me, Morgan.
And an age.
I'm going to be 32.
I don't believe it. Gender, female. Do you intend to file income taxes? Oh, that's perfect for you.
Yes.
How many people in your home? Don't forget to count yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna put 3.
Of those, how many are under 21?
I'm gonna pretend 1.
Okay, and you live in Brevard County.
Mhm.
Okay, so the other people in your home, first name,
Okay, let's put Carlos.
age,
Let's put 42.
this person is married to,
Me.
and then the other person.
Okay, I'm gonna put Pepe, Pepe. That's my dog's name.
All right, and age,
Let's say 3 years old.
and child of,
Both of us.
well, the child wouldn't be filing taxes, so, okay.
No.
All right, so check the box for anyone who is claimed as a dependent for Morgan. That would be Pepe. And anyone who's pregnant? No one?
No one.
Okay. And anyone who is blind or disabled?
No one.
Anyone who's living in a nursing home?
No one.
Not yet.
I know.
Anyone who may need to move to a nursing home or needs in-home health care?
No one.
All right. Please tell us if anyone in your home has Medicare for 65 or older,
Nope.
blind or disabled. All right.
Mm.
How much money do you and other people in your home earn before taxes or anything else, or before taxes or anything else is taken out of pay? So please check the box of the one who has a job. So who do you want me to check first?
Okay, so let's say that only one person works, and that would
Okay.
be me. And let's say I make 38,000 a year.
Okay, well, I've got to determine what the income is first. So it is where's regular job? Well, it's just, oh, never mind. This is just asking if you get cash from any of these other locations. So it's probably no,
Okay.
right?
Correct.
So this is where we put it in. You said 38?
Yes.
And how much do you and the other people in your home pay for rent or mortgage and
Okay,
property
but-
taxes?
And property taxes all in one combined?
Yeah, it's either rent or mortgage and property taxes.
Okay, so let's say for rent, we pay $2,000 a month.
At one time, that would have been unheard of, but that's not unheard of anymore. Do you have separate heating or cooling?
No.
For 2,000 a month, you better not. Childcare, any money that's paid to someone to take care of the children.
Let's say yes.
Okay, so that you're the only one working, so it would have to come out of yours. So how much are you paying?
Let's say $300. Is it a month or
Per month.
monthly?
Per month.
Per month? Let's say $500 per month.
All right, how much of these people have to pay court-ordered child support for children who do not live in the home?
None.
And how much do these, any of these people pay alimony for people who don't live in the home?
None.
And how much do these people pay in adult childcare for people who don't live in the home?
None.
Okay, how much do these people pay in medical expenses per month?
Per month, so let's say it is $100 per month.
You're getting off easy compared to me, so. Assets. So how much do these people have in assets? Assets would be any savings or checking accounts, IRA accounts, other resources, stocks, bonds, cash on hand.
Okay, so let's say $2,000.
And I'll just put that under you because you're the one with the income.
Oh, Andrea saying that you put the daycare money
Mhm.
in the incorrect spot.
Oh, let me go back. For childcare,
Yes.
how much do people in home pay for childcare for each of these children? If no one pays for childcare, leave them out. Yeah. So you're the one that pays the childcare for the child. So it would be there.
Okay.
All right, so Carlos is legally married to Morgan. Pepe is child or stepchild of Morgan. Morgan claims Pepe as a tax dependent. Household gets 36,000 a year. Household pays 2,000 each month for housing, pays 600 each month for other expenses such as childcare, medical, alimony, adult care. Household assets total value of 2,000. So, and then the summary is, based on what you told us, it looks like someone in your household may not be able to get low or no cost healthcare through medical assistance such as Medicaid and CHIP. Medical assistance program will pay for most services you get from state approved healthcare, et cetera, et cetera. So you're not eligible for that. Based on what you told us, it looks like someone in your household may not be able to get assistance to buy food each month. So you're not eligible for food stamps. And also you're not eligible for cash assistance. So basically that's the summary page that tells you what you are or are not eligible through DCF. So when you're applying through Medicaid, you're actually also applying for food stamps and cash assistance on that site. So then at the end, you can apply, you can print your summary or apply online. We're not going to apply. So I'm going to go back to the beginning.
Darlene is saying that that you put 38,000 a month and not a year.
Did I? I'm not surprised. I don't do this. I don't do this every day. Like I'm going back to the thank you. She is on target.
See, maybe now I qualify, Keith. You were trying to cheat me of my benefits.
I just know that you make about 38,000 a month.
I wish.
Oh, ho, look at that. It looks like someone in your household may be able to get low or no cost healthcare through medical assistance such as Medicaid and CHIP. So chances are in this case, it's the child, because of your income, the child would be able to get Medicaid. Because you don't have a disability and Carlos doesn't have a disability. For food
Okay.
stamps, yes, you'll it looks like you may not be able to get assistance to buy food each month through SNAP. So even though you got enough for one of the members to get Medicaid, you still make too much to get food stamps. And you also make too much to get cash assistance. But that was a nice little
And you check the daycare. I think Alina's saying something about the daycare, that it should be under Pepe and not me.
childcare. This
Yeah,
is
that's what
about
Alina was saying.
this is about who pays for the childcare.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I am going to stop sharing.
Okay. And I believe Raymond has a question, but I can't read it from my screen.
Oh, okay. There's a few questions in here, so let me take a look. First of all, yeah, this data is not being collected, because if you go on the site, that's just a kind of like on the marketplace. It's a trial run just to see if you're eligible for to apply. Okay. Yeah, we fixed that already. What if they're not 65 and have no children under the age of 18 with no income? The only way that they can, and I'm going to get to that next, the only way they can receive services is if they have other situations other than that. So see if I can get this to work. Eligibility. I did that. Create an account. I don't want that. Sorry for the delay. For some reason, I can't get this to work like I want it to. All right, before I start this, I need to okay. So do you see that blank screen? Apply
Yes.
for renew, etc.
Yes.
This course covers the basic functions of creating and managing the online My Access account. Click on a card for the topic that you would like to learn more about. There is a glossary in the top right. When applying for assistance,
All right, this part we don't need to worry about.
We will cover it all. Let's start.
That's just setting up the account.
There are 5 main sections. Each one also has related subsections. The section that you are currently working on will be blue. The subsection that you are working on will be red. At the end of each section, There will be a summary that gives an opportunity to go over all information entered in that section. You can click the pencil icon to edit the answers in that section or click the X button to delete what you have entered. After reviewing your answers.
Now, I'm not going to go
questions are
through
shown
all the
for
application. That would take a long time, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what an individual has to do in order to actually do an application.
In all sections, you will be presented with a final summary of the entire application. Review the summary. At the end, you may click the links to go back and make any changes needed.
Oh, hitting the wrong next button.
If you ever feel stuck or confused, there is a help link at the top right of each page of the application titled "Click here for help." Help pages always open up in a new window and do not interfere with the application. A tip from the benefit selection help page states that the questions on your application will vary based on which programs you choose to apply for. You may apply to multiple benefit programs at one time. A separate application for each benefit is not necessary. When finished, press close to go back to the application. Please answer all of the application questions honestly and to the best of your ability. If you do not know how to answer a particular question on the application, please reach out to DCF by calling 850-3004 DCF. There is a brief description of each benefit program in the application. The three main programs that anyone can apply for include food assistance, cash assistance.
So
and
even
Medicare
so,
assistance. Food assistance helps
it
low
looks
income
like there's an
households
awful lot that needs to be
Cash
done
assistance helps
by
low
the
income
person who
families with
is
children and
applying.
pregnant women.
It's
Medicaid
still a
assistance
much easier
benefits
process than it
people
used to be.
Such as individuals who aged out of Florida foster care who are under age 26, individuals who are aged, blind, or disabled, individuals in the nursing home, individuals seeking waiver services. Once you have chosen the benefit programs that you are interested in applying for, you will receive more information about each program. Read the important information about assistance that is listed for the program, and then press Next. If you did not choose the benefit programs that you are interested in applying.
So here's, you'll see, and I'm just going to run through some of these. This just shows all the different things that you have to fill out to get started.
When you finish each section, the summary will show the information you entered.
And then this is where it gets really, really a lot of stuff, because you got to fill out information on every person in the household.
In the people subsection, fill in the information for all household members. You can add more members by using the other people and home section at the bottom. All required questions are shown with a red asterisk. Once you have added everyone in your household, click Next. A message will appear which reminds you to make sure you entered all household members. If you have entered everyone, click Next to confirm and continue. The next main section is Assets. Assets are things like cash on hand. The income section collects information about money you receive from jobs or self-employment. The next section presented is the expense section. Expenses are things like housing, utilities, court-ordered child support payments, child or adult care. The finished subsection will include all information entered in every section of the application. Please read this thoroughly to check for accuracy. Make changes as necessary, and then press Next at the bottom of the page to move on. The Submit subsection shows a summary of the application. This is another opportunity to view the
So I just did that. I wanted to show you what the actual application looks like and the huge amount of stuff that people have to do to make that happen. Now I'm going to go back to
Keith,
Raymond has two questions.
Yep.
Keith, is there like a ballpark number for like income, gross annual income that's like what, 150% or less of federal poverty level before you should even think about trying to register on?
Yeah,
Medicaid
138. I believe it's 138% is the income requirement, and that is For one person, that would be 17,774.
17,000, how much?
17,774.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Anything less than that for one person, as long as they have, because if it's an individual, if it's an adult that makes 17,774 or less in the state of Florida, that basically, what that means is that that person may not necessarily qualify for Medicaid because there has to be another reason other than just being poor.
okay.
Now,
Yeah,
in other states that have expanded Medicaid, then those individuals are able to, they're able to get the expanded Medicaid.
so does that stretch to, like, one thing that I'm interested in with my clients is what is known as like dual eligible special needs plans and Medicare. You know, they may go into like a nursing home and they they need to have Medicaid, and they have the Medicaid, and they can get like a dual eligible plan with the federal program with Medicare.
Correct.
Is that the
And
same numbers? Would be like 138% federal poverty level to get, like
yeah,
the
they would
dual
have to
eligible plan?
have to meet the income requirement first, and then the other issues would then come into play. Yes.
Okay, that's what I was curious about that. And I went into Medicaid website myself, and then you can sign on as a user. You don't actually have to apply, right? You can just go on as a user.
Right.
You
Right.
know your numbers are inflated. You never get Medicaid, but if you're just kind of want to get an idea, maybe for somebody else, you can sign up as a user for yourself, right?
Yes, you can use that am I eligible button and then
Yeah.
go through and find out.
Which would be good for like caretakers. If you're a caretaker,
Right.
you might want to jump on first, and so you know the person you're taking care of. You could
Yeah.
advise them where to go. Okay, thank you.
And can you see the screen where it says parents and caretake relatives, etc.? Am I sharing that screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
indeed.
So each of these links, and I'm going to see if I can do this without having to unshare and then share. All right. You probably can't see that, can you? Office of Economic Self-Sufficiency.
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, you can, where it says Medicaid for parents and caretakers. Oh, it worked that time. All right. So these are the separate groups that are eligible to get Medicaid. This is for Medicaid for parents and caretaker relatives of children up to age 18. If the family's countable income doesn't exceed the income limits. That was what Raymond was just talking about, as far as, you got to meet those income limits first. Individuals who receive temporary cash assistance are eligible for Medicaid. And individuals who are eligible for temporary cash assistance but choose not to receive it may also be eligible for Medicaid. So that's, Medicaid for parents and caretake relatives of children. That's one of the areas where, a lot of people do receive Medicaid, because if they have children in the home and they're low income, that's how they get Medicaid. All right, so I want to get out of this one. And I want to go back. Okay, this is the second group. Do you see Medicaid for pregnant women?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Morgan. Because sometimes when I try this, it doesn't work very well. It might be a user issue. Pregnant women can qualify for Medicaid if her family's countable income does not exceed income limits. For pregnant women who do not meet the citizenship requirements for Medicaid, there is emergency medical assistance for non-citizens. Trying to see if there's anything else I need to point out here. Women with family income over the limit for Medicaid may qualify for the medically needy program, and I will talk about that in just a minute. So formerly, so a short one, former foster care individuals under age 26 may receive Medicaid if they were in foster care under the responsibility of the state and receiving Florida Medicaid when they aged out of foster care. And there's no income limit for this program. So that's really helping to support those individuals who were in foster care and trying to transition, going through the process of transitioning out of Medicaid, I'm sorry, or transition out of foster care, and therefore can get Medicaid. The emergency medical assistance is for non-citizens, except non-citizens who are Medicaid eligible except for their citizen status. Citizenship, can't even talk right. Citizenship status may be eligible for Medicaid to cover serious medical emergencies. That includes emergency labor and delivery of a child. Before Medicaid may be authorized, applicants must provide proof from a medical professional stating the treatment was an emergency. That's something I think a lot of people aren't aware of. And then finally, the one that Raymond was talking about is Medicaid for aged or disabled, either aged 65 or older. I fit that category, yay. But I don't fit the low income requirements. Or disabled, it's called SSI related Medicaid. So if they receive supplemental security income, which is SSI for low income individuals, for those who are 65 and older, who are below that income level, they still get their Medicare, but they can get Medicaid as well to supplement that funding. Then there's the Medicare Savings Program, and I'm going to talk about that in just another second here. All right, so before I get to the Medicaid Savings Program, I'll share with you that the applications for individuals not determined eligible for Medicaid, once they do the application, will be referred electronically to the marketplace, which is what our navigators provide services with, or Florida Kid Care, another thing our navigators can help with. For more information, you can also go directly to the websites healthcare.gov and floridakidcare.org. So medically needy, which is share of cost. This is another category of Medicaid. Individuals who aren't fully eligible for full Medicaid because of their income or assets are over the Medicaid program limits may qualify for medically needy program. Individuals enrolled in medically needy must have a certain amount of medical bills each month before Medicaid can be approved. This is referred to as a share of cost and varies depending on the household size and income. Now, if an individual does qualify as medically needy, before they actually sign up to receive the share of cost under Medicaid, I would recommend they look at what options they have under the marketplace first, because they may find a better deal on the marketplace. Because if they're at that low of an income, but not low enough to receive Medicaid, they may be able to get health insurance potentially with no premium at all under the marketplace. So our navigators are trained and able to help consumers and also self-employed individuals as they look for health coverage through the marketplace, Kid Care, and Medicaid. They can help with completing eligibility and enrollment forms. But they are required to be unbiased. That means they can't tell individuals what plans to sign up for. The individuals and their families choose that themselves, and their services are free to consumers. They don't receive any kind of compensation for that other than what we pay them through the grant. And our United Way of Brevard navigators are Alina, who is on this call, Millie, who covers, Alina covers most of North Brevard, and also the beachside areas and like Cape Canaveral area. Millie covers Central Brevard. Carlene covers Melbourne and areas south. Morgan, who also runs our VITA program, also supports Palm-based sites and does outreach. And Morgan is on this call as well. And I do education and outreach, and that's why I'm doing this presentation. So if you do want to see a navigator, or if you know somebody who needs the help of a navigator, just call the number 321-615-3764, and we will direct them to one of the navigators, specifically if we can identify what part of the county that they are living in. So again, the number is 321-615-3764 to help us with that process. And just another final point is we always look for locations where people can have access. So there has to be ADA compliant locations where persons with maybe a disabling condition can have access to the navigator. So any questions? Did I cover everything? Well, I know I didn't cover everything because I slipped past a lot of stuff, but DCF has come a long way with the Medicaid information, and just by going to myflfamilies.com, the site that I shared on the screen that had the page that showed am I eligible or apply for benefits and how-to videos. All that information is right there on myflorida.com/accessflorida/. If you go there, and you can play around yourself, and you're not going to do any damage unless you actually hit apply for benefits and start applying. So. All right, any questions in the chat?
I have a couple of questions. For Medicaid, if you want to get enrolled with that, there's no like enrollment periods like you do with Medicare marketplace plans at all?
Correct. There's no enrollment period for Medicaid.
Okay, and as you know, with the marketplace plans, you can fall so below the federal poverty level where you would qualify for an Affordable Care Act plan using the APTC. So, but you would be able to be qualified for a Medicaid plan. You think you can't get, we talked about 138 being, the over limit, but there's no under limits to Medicaid that you're receiving no income, zero income. You can get
no,
Medicaid?
there's not, as long as they have, one of those other listed items that I mentioned.
Okay. And does it vary from county to county, or is this just all across the
Yes,
board
it
county?
varies. Well, no, it doesn't vary so much from county to county as it does from state to state. Each state has its own guidelines for how they manage the Medicaid and Florida Kid Care.
Okay.
All right.
And we have a question about our outreach efforts for re-enrollments.
Yeah, so again, for enrollment or re-enrollment, just the best thing to do is to go visit one of our navigators, and rather than, because they're at so many different locations, rather than sending you to a location, the best way would be to call that number and the navigator can help you with re-enrollment. But that does bring a good point up, because a lot of people just allow the plans that they sign up for to automatically re-enroll you, and that isn't necessarily the best way to go. Let me stop sharing so I can quit talking to the questions screen here. All right, so So instead of just allowing your plan to automatically re-enroll, which will happen, that gives the opportunity for the insurance companies to keep you at that same level of payment, premium payments, et cetera. Whereas when it's time to re-enroll, if you go to the marketplace or to a navigator, you may be able to find the same plan or even a better plan that's better for you and cheaper for you. So it's always best to take another look every year.
Another question about eligibility. Beyond income, are there any eligibility, like maybe somebody was recently, they were incarcerated, they were released, or maybe they just moved to the state of Florida? Are there an undocumented immigrant or anything like that? Are there any eligibility issues with Medicaid for those type of people? And those
Yeah,
groups?
so for Medicaid, they would have to be a citizen. The only time that they could get assistance under Medicaid as a non-citizen would be in a life and death or emergency situation or a birth of a child.
So if they're a green card, they couldn't get a Medicaid then?
Yeah, no, I'm saying a non-citizen, a green card would be considered
Okay,
a
a US
citizen,
resident.
a
Okay.
legal resident, or I should
Yeah,
say.
okay, got you. Thank you.
Keith, excuse me, Keith, I just wanted to say something. The marketplace today, I had somebody under a special enrollment, and they're still not taking, I could not enroll her even though she was under 150% of federal poverty level. And when
Okay.
I called them, the lady said, no, you can't, she can't enroll now. And I had to argue with her that she was supposed to get, that this was a new thing.
Yeah,
And then,
they're not allowing us to assist with their enrollments here, but they're supposed to be able to call in and enroll through the marketplace line. And you're telling me the person didn't know what they were talking about.
right, when I called her. And so, but then I talked to her, I guess she went to speak to someone, and she said that they will contact her. But
Yeah.
when I saw that special enrollment webinar before, it said that it will be, they still don't have a date when we will be able to officially be able to fill out the application and for it to go through.
Right. Yeah,
It
they were saying sometime in March. I forget the date, but
Yeah, originally they said March, after March 18th.
Yeah.
But now they were saying today at the end of March.
yeah, okay.
So I
Not
just wanted you to
surprised.
know.
Not surprised. What Alina is referring to is under the marketplace, they have expanded the ability for individuals who make between 100 and 150% of federal poverty level to sign up for insurance on the marketplace, whether or not they have a special enrollment situation. So it's just like an open enrollment period for that particular income level. Which is kind of a neat thing, is we should be able to get a lot of people signed up, but they're still having a little bit of logistical issues in making it possible for us to help those people here. They just continue to need to call into the marketplace to do that. I can't wait till we can actually do more to help those individuals, because then we'll really push it out into the community. All right, any other questions? This is great. The presenter's really good. Aha. I'm joking. I'm looking through the chat. I guess Morgan's already done that because I don't see anything new. One person says they can't hear. Oh, where can I get a copy of the presentation? Just make sure in the chat you put your name and email address. If you want a copy of the presentation, I can certainly send that to you. And I'll also, once the recording is done, I'll create a link and can send that out as well. All right, I am pretty much done. If there's no other questions, I will keep it open for anybody else who wants to add their email information. But if we're basically done with the presentation portion. So for those who wish to leave, you certainly can. Thank you for participating.
All right, Keith, see you later.
Thank you, Morgan.
I got a question really quick.
Sure. Kim, right?
Yes, sir. Is there any way that we can get a income poverty level, like
I can,
document?
if you put your email in there, I'll add that because I have that right in front of me. I can provide the chart. Yeah, the
I'm a-
actual
I'm a
chart
put-
that I use actually goes from 100% all the way up to 400% federal poverty level, and it'll go from one person up to 8 people.
Okay, I'm gonna put my email in just one more time because that was incorrect.
All right. You don't know your email? I'm just joking.
I have something.
Hello, Shannon. I see you're on this call too. You
Yes.
you do a lot of them. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Oh, Nikki, thank you. Thank you for being on this call. All right, I'm going to stop the recording part of it.